Shalom, family. Pray you guys are having a great Sabbath today. Enjoying your Feast of Tabernacles this week, wherever you are in Yah's world, as his people scattered to the four corners. Welcome back, family, for another edition in Yah's word. Today we're going to be doing Exodus 20. So before I tear into Exodus 20, let me say this to every Negro reading this right now. Whether you are in Atlanta, Southside Chicago, Lagos, Kingston, Sao Paulo, London, Paris, or anywhere else they scattered your black ass across this planet. You think you know the 10 Commandments? You think you learned something in Sunday school with that blonde-haired, blue-eyed Jesus on the wall? You think Pastor Prosperity Gospel taught you what these laws really mean? Hell no, family. You've been bamboozled. You've been hoodwinked. You've been spiritually colonized by the same damn people who physically colonized your ancestors. This sermon right here today, this ain't for the comfortable. This ain't for the coon. This ain't for the Negro who's satisfied with his oppression. This is for the Israelite who's tired of being the tail and not the head. Tired of being in spiritual Babylon while calling it freedom. Tired of keeping everybody else's culture, holidays, and religious traditions while not knowing a damn thing about your own. Exodus 20 is the foundation of the covenant between the Most High and his people. That's us, family. You black people. Not the white man playing dress up in a synagogue in Tel Aviv. Not the Hispanic Israelite camps adding people to the Israel who don't belong. Us, the Negro, the so-called African American, the Jamaican, the Haitian, the so-called African, scattered to the four corners, like Deuteronomy 28:64 said we would be. Get your coffee, if you drink it. Blech. Get your Bible, and get ready to be uncomfortable, family. Because the truth, as you know it, don't tickle. It cuts. Exodus 20:1. And Yah spake all these words, saying, right off the bat, understand this, the Most High himself is speaking. Not Moses' ideas, not suggestions, not guidelines for good living. These are commandments straight from the mouth of Yah. Now look at our people today in 2025 and ask yourself, who are we listening to? We listening to trap music that glorifies killing of the Israelites. Black on black crime is Israelite on Israelite crime, family. Brother versus brother. We're listening to preachers who tell us to sow a seed. Sow a seed. So they can buy their third Bentley. We're listening to the world system that tells us we are African American, when we're really Israel in captivity. Jeremiah 6:16 and 17 says this. Thus saith Yah, stand ye in the ways and see and ask for the old paths. Where is the good way? And walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk in it. Also I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they said, we will not hearken. Our people said, we will not hearken. We'd rather listen to everybody but the Most High Yah. Verse 2 says, I am Yah, thy Elohim, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Pay attention to this, family. Yah identifies himself not by creation, not by his power over nature, but by what he did for Israel. He's the God who brought your black ass, your black ancestors out of bondage. Now let's get real modern with this shit right now. Watch this. Egypt, if you didn't know, equals bondage, family. What was our Egypt in modern times? You had the transatlantic slave trade from the 1500s to the 1800s. Our people were ripped from West Africa, places like the Kingdom of Judah, Ouida, as they say, present-day Benin, the Gold Coast, Angola, and scattered across the Americas and Caribbean. This fulfilled Deuteronomy 28:68. And Yah shall bring thee into Egypt, bondage again, with ships. By the way thereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt not see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. We were brought back into the condition of Egypt, bondage by ships. No other race of people can claim this right here, family. You had the Jim Crow America from 1877 to 1965. Sharecropping, lynching, segregation, still bondage, just a different Pharaoh. This time he wore a white hood. You had apartheid South Africa from 1948 to 1994. Black South Africans, Israelites by the way, were systematically oppressed, separated, and brutalized, family. Sharpeville Massacre, 1960, look it up. Soweto Uprising, 1976, look them up. Our people were crying out. And you still have colonialism across Africa, Caribbean, and South America too. The British in Jamaica and Nigeria, the French in Haiti and Senegal, the Portuguese in Brazil, in Angola, the Spanish across Latin America. All keeping Israel in bondage, family, stripping us of language, culture, and knowledge of self, family. And now you got mass incarceration from the 80s to now. The United States locking up black men at rates higher than South Africa did during apartheid. The war on drugs targeted black communities specifically, family. But here's the part that'll piss you off. Y'all brought us out of Egypt, but we keep going back to it, don't we? Numbers 14:3 and 4 says this. And wherefore hath Yah brought us into the land to fall by the sword, that our wives and our children should be a prey? Were it not better for us to return into Egypt? And they said one to another, let us make a captain, and let us return into Egypt. Our people today, following the same spirit, they want to go back to Egypt, family. We want Master's religion, Christianity, whitewashed. We want Master's holidays, Christmas, Easter, both pagan as hell if you look up the history. We want Master's approval more than we want Yah's laws. Look at how Negroes worldwide today, family, celebrate the colonizers' holidays, family. Taking pictures and putting them on Instagram, TikTok, all that shit. Easter bunnies and Easter egg hunts and shit. In Brazil, you got Carnival, rooted in Catholic Roman tradition, family. In America, we go hard for Christmas, buying gifts we can't afford for a holiday that has nothing to do with Yahushua's birth. He wasn't born in December, family. That's Saturnalia, pagan sun worship, if you don't know. We've chosen Egypt's culture over our own time and time again. Verse 3, we get into the commandments. Thou shalt not have other gods before me. This is the first commandment. And our people break this shit daily. What's a God, family? Anything you put before the Most High. Anything you reverence. Anything you trust or prioritize over Him. Modern gods our people serve today. Money, the biggest one. We worship the dollar, boy. In God we trust on the back of that money. But we trust the money more than God. We'll work on the Sabbath, Saturday, that's today, without hesitation, but won't work on Sunday because that's the quote-unquote Lord's Day. Even though that's the wrong day, but that's another sermon, family. We worship celebrities. We got shrines to Beyonce, LeBron, rappers, athletes. We know their lyrics better than Scripture. That's a damn shame, ain't it? White Jesus, we worship this one. Biggest false god in the black community, huh? That image you got hanging in your grandma's house, that's Caesar Borgia, son of Pope Alexander VI. That's a whole different God. You breaking the first and second commandment with that one, family. You ain't supposed to be making graven images, but we got that fake Jesus everywhere. We got tradition that we worship too. We've always done it this way, we say. That's a God. You'd rather keep your Baptist, Methodist, Pentecostal tradition than follow the truth in the Bible. You worship the government, the Babylonian system in place worldwide. We trust this system more than Yah. Welfare, Social Security, the police, the vote, all become gods when we put our faith in them over the Most High Yah. Jamaica, many of our people practice Obeah. Go look it up if you want to. Or they consult spiritual workers. That's other gods, family. In Brazil, Candomblé and Ubanda mix African traditional religions with Catholicism. Other gods. In Haiti, you got voodoo. Other gods. Across Africa, you got traditional ancestor worship and tribal deities. Other gods, family. I'm not saying these practices came from nowhere. They came from our people trying to hold on to something during slavery when the Bible was weaponized against us. But hear me clearly, my people. Tradition will not save you. Culture will not save you. Only keeping Yah's commandments will save you. Matthew 15:3. But he answered and said unto them, why do ye also transgress the commandment of God by your tradition? Yahusha, as Yah, again. Mark 7:7-9. Howbeit in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. For laying aside the commandment of Yah, ye hold the tradition of men. Full well ye reject the commandment of Yah, that ye may keep your own tradition. You rather keep grandma tradition than Yah's laws. And that's why we are still cursed as a people. 4-6, Exodus 20. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I am Yah thy Elohim, am a jealous Elohim, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. This is a commandment that destroys modern Christianity as we know it today. Graven images, family. Statues of Mary. Crosses with Jesus on them. Crucifixes. The white Jesus pictures. Saints statues in Catholic and some Protestant churches, family. You cannot bow to these. You cannot pray to these. But what do our people do worldwide? In the Philippines, where many of our scattered Israelite brothers and sisters ended up through Spanish colonization. Go look up. We got black ones over there. They got the Black Nazarene, a dark-skinned statue of Jesus. They parade through Manila. Millions touch it, pray to it, worship it. Idolatry. In Mexico, Latin America, La Virgen de Guadalupe, Virgin Mary is everywhere. Our people, yes, there are Negro Mexicans, look them up. Afro-Latinos throughout Latin America bow to her image, family. Idolatry. In Brazil, you got countless statues of saints and churches. Our people light candles, pray to them. Idolatry. Across the United States and the diaspora, family, that white Jesus image is in every black church, every black home. Idolatry. Now peep this part, family. Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. Your great-grandfather worshiped in the church with graven images. Your grandfather did. Your father did. Now you do. And you wonder why the curse is still on us. Deuteronomy 5:9, it repeats this same commandment, showing its weight. Look what the Most High says about these idols. Psalm 115, 4-8. Their idols are silver and gold, the work of men's hands. They have mouths, but they speak not. They have eyes, but they see not. They have ears, but they hear not. Noses have they, but they smell not. They have hands, but they handle not. Feet have they, but they walk not. Neither speak they through their throat. They that make them are like unto them. So is everyone that trusteth in them. You become like what you worship. We worship dead images, and we have become spiritually dead, family. But here's the flip side, showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. You want the generational curse broken, black people? Keep the commandments. Stop with the idols. Stop with the images. Stop with the statues. Worship Yah in spirit and in truth, family. Verse 7, Exodus 20. Thou shalt not take the name of Yah the Elohim in vain, for Yah will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. We think it just means don't say God damn it. Nah, family, it's deeper than that shit. Taking his name in vain means using his name flippantly. Oh my God, every 5 seconds. I swear to God when you're lying. Calling yourself by his name, but not living by his ways. You say I'm a Christian, which means Christ-like. But you out here fornicating. You out here lying, stealing, worshiping on the wrong day, eating pork, celebrating pagan holidays. You took his name, identified as his, but in vain, for nothing, empty and false. Build the prosperity gospel movement today, family. Preachers across America, Nigeria, South Africa, Ghana, using God's name to fleece the flock. God told me to tell you to sow $1,000. That's taking his name in vain. Nigeria, you got pastors with private jets while their congregations starve. In the United States, you got these mega church pastors with mansions, expensive cars, all in God's name. But then you got the black churches silenced during oppression. You got churches that claim God's name, but stayed silent during Jim Crow, stayed silent during police brutality with Michael Brown, Ferguson in 2014. George Floyd, Minneapolis 2020, Breonna Taylor, Louisville 2020, stayed silent. During systemic racism, they took his name but did nothing with it. Vain. Colonizers, they using God. The British, Spanish, Portuguese, French, all colonized our people in the name of God. They took his name to justify slavery, genocide, rape, theft. Y'all remember the Belgian Congo under King Leopold II, 1885 to 1908? Go look it up, family. Brutal. 10 million Africans, Israelites, killed, hands cut off, all while missionaries preach God's word. Vain. Paul says it in Romans 2:24. For the name of Yah is blasphemed among the Gentiles through you. As it is written, when you claim to be Yah's people, but live foul, i.e. camps, you make his name look like a fucking joke. That's what y'all do. Y'all got that bullshit ass 12 tribe chart. Y'all talking about, y'all about the Most High. You got a heathen standing right up there with you. A whole heathen, not even part of the 12 tribes standing up there with you, looking crazy. Making the Most High look like a fucking joke. You should be ashamed of yourself, camps. Ashamed of yourself. But it's all good. The Most High got recompense coming for y'all. Don't worry about it. You know who you are. Exodus 20, 8 through 11. Look at this. Remember the Sabbath day, oh boy, to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of Yah thy Elohim. In it thou shalt not do any work. Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days Yah made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day. Wherefore Yah blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. This is where it gets spicy, family. Hope you got your water ready. The Sabbath is the 7th day. Saturday, family, not Sunday, Christians. Let me educate you dumbasses on how we got bamboozled. 321 AD, I take you back in time. We got the DeLorean. Let's go. Roman Emperor Constantine issued a decree making Sunday the official day of rest to honor the venerable day of the sun. Sun worship, family. In simpler terms. The Catholic Church adopted this, and every Protestant denomination that came out of her kept that tradition. Which is worldwide now, family. Rome gives all the doctrine for all the churches. All the so-called religion comes out of Rome, family. Daniel 7:25 prophesied this, family. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and to think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and dividing the time. That he is the Roman system, family. The fourth beast. They changed the times. Sabbath from Saturday to Sunday. Added pagan holidays and the laws. Tried to do away with God's commandments, family. Saying we are under grace. Worldwide, family, we got black churches meet on Sunday. From Harlem to Johannesburg. From Lagos to Port-au-Prince. From Kingston to London. Wrong day. Our people work jobs that force us to work on the true Sabbath, Saturday, but give us Sunday off. Blasphemy. We've been systematically set up to break this commandment. Retail workers, disproportionately black, work weekends, including Saturdays. Healthcare workers, many black women, work weekends. Service industry, hotels, restaurants, heavy black employment, work Saturdays, family. That's the busy day, as they call it. No day off on that one. You can't work for them if you can't work on Saturday, they say. That's the busiest day of the week, they say. Set up to fail. Even those who don't work Saturdays spend it doing everything but the resting in Yah. We at the club Friday night into Saturday morning. We shopping. We doing housework. We're treated like any other day. The commandment says don't work. Don't make your kids work. Don't even make your animals work. And don't make them Northern Kingdom Israelites who coming back to the covenant. Who coming back, those strangers, foreigners among you work. Those are people. It's a day of rest, complete rest, focused on Yah. Isaiah 58, 13 and 14. If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath the delight, the holy of Yah, honorable, and shall honor him, not doing thine own ways, nor finding thine own pleasure, nor seeking thine own words, then shalt thou delight thyself in Yah. And I will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob thy father. For the mouth of Yah hath spoken it. You want to ride upon the high places of the earth, black people? You want the heritage of Jacob? Keep the Sabbath. Ezekiel 20 and 12 says, moreover also, I gave them my Sabbaths to be a sign between me and them, that they know that I am Yah that sanctify them. The Sabbath is a sign, family. It identifies who belongs to Yah. When you are keeping Sunday, you are carrying the sign of Rome, not the Most High. Ethiopia. I got something to talk about with y'all. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church, one of the oldest Christian traditions, and yes, Ethiopians are Israelites from the tribe of Judah through the lineage of Solomon and the Queen of Sheba, actually kept the Sabbath for centuries, while also observing Sunday. Even they got it more than the rest of us, though they're not keeping it exactly as commanded either. So stop letting your job, your tradition, and your ignorance keep you in sin, family. The Sabbath is Saturday. Period. End of discussion. Verse 12 here. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which Yahweh Elohim giveth thee. This commandment comes with a promise. Long life in the land. But let's modernize this today, family. Honoring your parents means respecting them, taking care of them in their old age, listening to their wisdom, if it aligns with Scripture, family. If it aligns with Scripture. We all know a lot of our parents, they were living foul too. And not abandoning them. Our community has failed this in specific ways. Nursing homes. We've adopted the white man's culture of shipping our elderly off to rot in facilities. In African and Caribbean countries, traditionally, the elders stayed with the family. But as we've assimilated into Western Babylon, we've abandoned this, haven't we? In the United States, black elders disproportionately end up in underfunded, neglected nursing homes. In the United Kingdom, same issue among the black British community. We got to disrespect the elders today. Our youth culture, globally influenced by American hip-hop and that shitty culture, has bred a generation that disrespects elders, family. The same mouth that should honor grandma is talking back, cussing at parents. We got social media, family. Black youth worldwide posting videos disrespecting parents for clout. We got abandonment. Baby daddies abandoning their kids, which means those kids can't honor a father who's not there. Single motherhood, epidemic across the diaspora. United States, 65% of black children grew up in single parent households. 2023 statistics. Recent. United Kingdom, similar trends among black British families. Caribbean, father absence, rampant, normalized out there, family. Look at the dance hall culture. But here's the other side, family. What if your parents are teaching you wrong? Matthew 10 and 37 says, he that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. If your mama is trying to keep you in that Sunday keeping, idol worshiping, pork eating church, you honor her by respecting her, but you obey Yah. You can't honor your parents into hell, family, into nothingness. Acts 5:29, then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey Yah rather than men. The promise of long life in the land, family, that's talking about the promised land. When we get back to the land, and we will, go read Deuteronomy 30, 1 through 5. Go read Jeremiah 16, 14 and 15. Go read Ezekiel 36 and 24. Those who honored their parents and kept the commandments will have long life there. So if you are not following this commandment right now, family, it's time to redeem yourself and honor them. Even if they live in foul, family, you still honor them and respect them. Verse 13, Exodus 20, thou shalt not kill. The Hebrew word here is ratzak, which specifically means murder, unlawful, premeditated killing. Not all killing, because there is killing in war, capital punishment, self-defense that the Bible permits elsewhere. Black people, Israelites, are killing each other at alarming rates worldwide, family. And it's a direct result of breaking Yah's laws and living under the curses. In the United States, Chicago, 600 murders a year. 600 plus, murders a year. Most victims and perpetrators, black. Our people are killing each other over blocks they don't even own. Look at the irony in that statement there. Baltimore, St. Louis, New Orleans, Detroit, same story. This is Israelite on Israelite violence, which is prophesied in the curses. Deuteronomy 28, 53 through 57. It speaks of Israelites eating their own children during siege and distress, which they did, family. While literal cannibalism happened during the Roman siege of Jerusalem in 70 AD, spiritually, we are consuming each other through violence, drugs, and destruction today. Jamaica, Kingston, Spanish Town, high murder rates, gang violence, people killing each other. Our people specifically killing each other. South Africa, Cape Flats, gang violence. Go look that up. Colored, mixed, but many Israelite heritage. Black communities destroying each other. In Brazil, the Rio de Janeiro favelas. Black Brazilians, white Israelites from the slave trade family, killing each other in drug wars. Police killing youth at astronomical rates. In 2023, family, police in Brazil killed over 6,000 people. Majority black. In the United Kingdom, London, you got the knife crime out there. Disproportionately affects black British youth, both as victims and perpetrators, family. Whole gangs carrying switchblades. Can't handle guns out there. But here's what's extra foul, family. We also being killed by the system. Look at the police brutality in the USA. George Floyd in 2020. Breonna Taylor 2020. Eric Garner 2014. Tamir Rice 2014. Philando Castile 2016. And hundreds more. Brazil, Marielle Franco in 2018. Family, go look that up. Activists and politicians assassinated out there. Jamaicans, you got police killings covered up regularly over there. In France, Adama Traoré in 2016. And continued police violence against black communities out there in France. You also got the medical neglect and experimentation, family. In the USA, Tuskegee experiment from 1932 to 1972, 40 years. Black men with syphilis left untreated to see what happens. You don't think they still doing that today? Covering it up, though. Henrietta Lacks, go look her up. Her cells were stolen, used for billions in medical research. Family got absolutely nothing. COVID-19, bruh. 2020, 2023, our communities worldwide had higher death rates due to systemic healthcare inequality. This is all murder. Whether it's by our own hands or the hands of the oppressor, we're dying because we're under the curses of Deuteronomy 28 for breaking these very commandments. Leviticus 26, 36, and 37 says, and upon them that are left alive of you, that's us today, I will send a faintness into their hearts and the lands of their enemies. And the sound of a shaking leaf shall chase them, and they shall flee as fleeing from a sword, and they shall fall when none pursueth. And they shall fall one upon another, as it were before a sword, when none pursueth. And ye shall have no power to stand before your enemies. We are falling upon another. Black on black violence, family. We fleeing from when none pursueth, scared of our own shadows, scared in our own neighborhoods. The solution to all this, family, keep the damn commandments. Stop the violence. Stop the retaliation. Stop the gangbang. We are all Israel. Black people. We all family. We destroying ourselves and fulfilling the enemy's plan. Verse 14, big one here. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Adultery is when a married person has sexual relations with someone who is not their spouse. But let's expand this through the lens of Scripture, family. Matthew 5, 27 and 28. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her in his heart. Yahushua raised the standard. It's not just physical act, it's the lust. Our people are drowning in sexual sin today, family. Fornication, sex before marriage, normalized, expected, celebrated. Look at all these red pill channels out there. If she ain't having sex with you by the third date, drop her. All these red pill motherfuckers out there. Niggas going into a whole date, expecting to have sex with her the same night. Condoms in the wallet, on the ready. Hell, some of y'all don't even use condoms. They're spreading STDs everywhere. Expect it. Music videos worldwide perpetrating that bullshit. Half-naked women, sexual lyrics, dating culture, test drive mentality. Just trying out different women and men to see what you like. I want to see what my type is. I want to see what it's like. I want to see what his dick like. I want to see what that pussy look like. I want to see it. I want to feel it. I want to see what you like. I got to see what you like sexually if I'm going to take it things long term with you. Sexual compatibility. All in our Israelite community. So-called Christians do this shit too. Can't even be celibate. Can't even be abstinent. They still want to have sex too. Putting it in the butt. Because it's not the vagina, so it's not really sex. Hand jobs, blow jobs. Y'all try to do the loopholes. Y'all know what y'all doing. It's technically not sex because it's not going in the vagina. You know what I mean? So this is technically good still. Justifying bullshit. Adultery rampant everywhere in our community. Side chick culture. Look what these damn black gurus, Kevin Samuels and such. Talk about exercising options as a married man. Oh, just because I got money, I'm a quote-unquote high-value man. I get to have 4-5 side chicks, nigga. Trying to be like King Solomon. We all know that was sin. Look what happened to his ass. Y'all still trying to emulate that shit. Stupidity. Stupidity. Nothing good comes of it, family. Bible tried to tell you that, but nah, y'all too busy thinking with your dick trying to be like King David, trying to be like King Solomon. Well, they did it, trying to be like Abraham and Jacob and them. Look what happened in their households when they introduced that bullshit, family. Nothing but strife. But y'all want to do it because y'all want to get y'all dick wet. And y'all women going along with that bullshit like a bunch of idiots. Because he got money. Because he got power, he got status. Stupidity. And the Most High always burns it down. Every single time. Leaving y'all destitute. Destroyed in the mind. Looking stupid. When it all comes crashing down. Nigeria has massive runs girls. Go look it up, family. Runs girls culture. Look it up. Prostitution disguised, quote unquote, as dating. Sugar babies. All this shit. Everywhere. Across the diaspora, infidelity is joked about, normalized. You got porn. I got stuck up in this for 15 years of my life, family. No, not 15. Nearly 20 years of my life. From 15 years old all the way up before I came into the truth. Nearly 20 years of me on that porn. A global epidemic affecting black men and women worldwide. Internet access has made porn ubiquitous. Stats. Here, family, look at this. Studies show high pornography consumption across all demographics, destroying marriages in minds. Having unrealistic expectations for men and women. Destroying your pleasure, dopamine, your brain receptors. You can't have sex the normal way no more. You got to do all kind of weird, nasty stuff now to get off. You don't get the same dopamine no more. So you got to try more risky stuff. Pain, introducing blood and all kinds of weird knives and all kinds of stuff. Whips and chains and ball gags and anal beads. That's what y'all doing. Homosexuality, another one. I'm going to say what most are scared to. It's a sin. Clearly outlined in scripture. Reference here? Leviticus 18:22 says, "Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination." Romans Paul says it again, 26 and 27. For this cause Yah gave them up unto vile affections. For even their women did change their natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burn in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meet. This LGBTQ plus, LMNOP, whatever, has been pushed hard into black communities globally, family. United States, you got black celebrities pushed to promote it. South Africa, one of the first African nations to legalize same-sex marriage back in 2006. Caribbean, slow adaptation. But Western influence is pushing it. Out there in Europe, black communities in the UK, France, adopting it through cultural assimilation. It's becoming normal. It's on TV. All throughout black entertainment, bruh. Go look it up. Go look at all the Tyler Perry bullshit. Always got some wicked nonsense in there. He himself dressing up like a woman anyways. I'm not saying hate the person, family. I'm saying the act is sin. Call it what it is. You got divorce, sky-high rates. In this country alone, about 50% of marriages end in divorce. Higher in black community. This breaks covenants, often leads to adultery. Malachi 2:16, for Yah, the Elohim of Israel, said that he hateth putting away, which is divorce, family. Why is this happening, family? Because we don't see marriage as covenant before Yah. We see it as a party, a dress, a ceremony. We don't prepare for it. We don't honor it. We break it at the first sign of trouble. Hebrews 13 and 4, marriage is honorable in all. In the bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers Yah will judge. You hear that, family? Yah will judge. The STDs, broken homes, fatherless children, broken hearts. That's the beginning of the judgment. The real judgment comes later. When you are snapped away into non-existence forevermore. Never to be seen from or heard from again. Poof! Dusted like Thanos. Verse 15, thou shalt not steal. Seems simple, right? Seems oh so simple. Don't take what's not yours. But let's go deep, family. Robbery, burglary, and theft rampant in our communities. Stealing from each other. Across the diaspora, property crime all over in black communities. We steal from each other, then wonder why we can't build wealth. We stealing time. You ever show up late to work, but still get paid for the full time? That's theft. You ever take a long lunch? That's theft. You ever use company resources for personal use? Theft! Don't we show up late? We love showing up late, don't we? Color people time is what we call it, huh? Normalized. Get your act together, family. That's theft in the eyes of the Most High. We got the looting. During the protests back in Ferguson 2014, Baltimore 2015, Minneapolis 2020, South Africa in 2021, that unrest, our people looted. Yeah, the anger is justified, family, but stealing is still breaking this commandment. No matter how angry you is. We loot at our own neighborhoods. That's the irony of it. We ain't go and loot white folks. We looted our own shit. Burn down businesses in our own communities. How stupid can you be? Whew. Crazy. Now let's look at the theft against our people now. Colonization. The greatest theft in history. Africa, land stolen. Resources stolen. All that gold, diamonds, oil, cotton, cobalt, List goes on. In the Congo, Belgium stole rubber, ivory, resources. Over 10 million killed because of that nigga King Leopold II. South Africa, gold and diamonds stolen, apartheid. West Africa, entire people stolen, slave trade. Another theft against our people, slavery. Theft of labor, 400 plus years. We built America, the Caribbean, Brazil for free. The Caribbean sugar plantations, our labor got stolen there. USA cotton, tobacco, rice, our labor was stolen. Brazil, sugar, gold and coffee, our labor was stolen over there too. You also got the systemic wage theft. Today, black workers globally are paid less for the same work than their white counterparts, their Asian counterparts, Indian counterparts. Wage gap between black and white workers are well documented in this country. In the UK, same thing. South Africa, post-apartheid. The economic inequality still exists. We also got intellectual property theft. Our culture, music, style, language, stolen and monetized by these other nations. Look at rock and roll, stolen from black musicians, Chuck Berry, Little Richard, etc., etc. Elvis got rich off there, didn't he? But look at the downfall he got, Most High. Got rid of his fat ass, didn't he? Nigga was fat at the end, didn't he? Fell off. Jazz exploited. Hip-hop now dominated by non-black executives and artists profiting off our culture. Who own the labels? They do. We got fashion. Black culture is trendy until black people wear it. Then it's ghetto. I know y'all seen the double standards with that. You got land theft too. In the USA, Black Wall Street, Tulsa, 1921. Prosperous black community, destroyed and then stolen. Rosewood, Florida, in 1923. Black town destroyed, land stolen again. Bruce's Beach in California, family. Go look that up. Black Family's Beach Resort, stolen by the city in 1924, only recently returned to heirs in 2022 after profiting millions upon millions and millions. And the family don't get a dime of that. Theft. Amos 3:10, for they know not to do right, saith Yah, who store up violence and robbery in their palaces. The system has robbed us and stored up wealth from it. James 5:1-4, look at this. Go to now, ye rich man. Weep and howl. Made a song about that. For your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. Behold, the hire of the laborers, who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Yah of Sabaoth. The wages kept back from our people, slavery, Jim Crow, systemic oppression are crying out to Yah. Judgment is coming for the thieves, family. But we must also stop stealing from each other. We can't build a nation if we're robbing one another. Exodus 20:16. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. False witness is lying, family, especially in legal settings, but extends to all lying. Modern examples today: snitching, false testimony. Our people falsely accusing each other to police. Emmett Till in 1955. Carolyn Bryant lied, said he touched her. He was tortured and murdered, family. She admitted she lied decades later while she was dying. Central Park 5 in 1989. 5 black and Latino teens who were falsely accused of rape, convicted, spent years in prison, exonerated in 2002. Their lives were destroyed by lies. Lying in general, family, we lie to each other constantly. I'm on my way, still at home. I'll pay you back. No intention of doing that. I love you. Don't mean it. Lies. Simple shit. It's normalized now, family. Lying has become culturally normal. We celebrate the hustle, the finesse, the scam. Got women who want to be with a scammer than a 9-to-5 dude. What kind of shit is that? Want to be with a liar, then be with an honest person. And they wonder why they still curse. Can't find a man. Single motherhood is rampant. Woo! You got false accusation against our own people. In the media, mainstream media, constantly bears false witness against black men, portraying us as criminals, deadbeats, and dangerous. Even within our own community, gossip, slander. I heard she did this. They say he did that. Destroying reputations with lies, family. And it's normal. Don't even bat an eye when you do it. Look at a historical false witness here. The Scottsboro Boys. Back in 1931, family, 9 black teens were falsely accused of rape in Alabama. Fought for years for justice. Countless black men were lynched based on false accusations of crimes, especially against white women. Proverbs 6:16-19. These 6 things doth Yah hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, and heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift and run into mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. A false witness is an abomination, family. Yah hates it. Proverbs 19:5 continues. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall not escape. You think you got away with that lie, family? You didn't. Yah sees judgment coming. Every lie I have said, family, in my life has come back on me. Everyone, Most High made sure of it. Lies that have been told about us, family. We lazy. That's a lie. We built nations for free. They say we criminals. That's a lie. We over-policed and wrongly convicted at higher rates. We from Africa. We not Israel. Another lie. The biggest one in history. John 8:44, ye of your father the devil, nations, and the lust of your father ye will do. It was a murder from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. Those who've lied about us, stolen our identity, family, and kept us in bondage are children of the adversary. Metaphorically speaking, the adversarial system, the system, that's who Yahushua is talking about. The system. It was here from the beginning. Not a literal devil, family. Get that out of your mind. He don't exist. He's been used as a scapegoat for humanity for centuries. Time to give it up. Time to take accountability for yourself. So stop lying, family. Speak truth. Defend truth. Be truth. Verse 17, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Covet, man. It means to desire wrongfully, to want what someone else has, to the point it leads to sin. The commandment is about the heart, family. The other commandments deal with action. This one deals with the thought, the desire. James 1:14-15. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. Then when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin. And sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. Coveting is the seed. It births the action, which is theft, adultery, murder, materialism, consumerism today. We covet the latest phone, car, clothes, sneakers. Look at the sneakers, family. Black youth all over the earth literally killing each other over Jordans. Coveting led to theft, which led to murder. Keeping up with the Joneses. Going into debt to look rich while being broke. All over the world, we do this. Stupidity. Can't even pay our light bill because we want to floss out the Jordans. Going into debt. Buying $70,000 Teslas so it look like you got it when you ain't got it. You drowning in car payments and insurance. Working to the bone, overtime, just to pay off the debt. Just so you can look the part. Foolish behavior. I did that shit too. And don't worry, the most I punished my ass with that credit card debt. That almost gone. Almost gone, family. You got the social media envy, family. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We constantly seeing what others have, and we coveting it. People are faking lifestyles to make others covet. These influencers ain't got it like that most of the time. Majority of them don't. They are faking it. What they say, fake it to make it? This leads to depression, theft, scamming to get what others have, adultery, wanting someone else's partner, and more. List goes on. You coveting land and resources. Look at gentrification. Outsiders covet our neighborhoods. Harlem, Brooklyn, Bronzeville, and Chicago. They move in, raise the prices, and push us out. That's coveting. You got global resource theft. Nations are coveting Africa's resources. Cobalt Congo for smartphones. Oil in Nigeria. Diamonds in Sierra Leone. The list goes on. Leading to wars, coups, and exploitation of our people. We coveting positions. Jealousy in the workplace, in the church, in community organizations. I should have that job. I should be the leader. And what does that do? That breeds division, sabotage, and strife within our own community. Well, now you're lying on a person, their reputation, to get them out of that position. So you can go ahead and leapfrog yourself over your brother or your sister to get into that position. Coveting another spouse. This is a big one. How much adultery starts because someone coveted their neighbor's wife or husband? That breaks multiple commandments. Coveting, then adultery. 1 Timothy 6:10 says, "For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows." Coveting money, possession, status. It's the root of evil, family. It leads people away from faith and into destruction. Hebrews 13:5 says, "Let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such things as ye have. For he hath said, I will never leave thee nor forsake thee." Be content. Trust Yah to provide. Stop looking at what everyone else has. I struggled with that. Even coming into the truth, I still struggled with that. I have cast that off, family. The flesh tries to, but I push it down. I push it away. Because I know what it leads to. And I don't want to open up that door again. The entire system of colonization, family, and slavery was rooted in coveting. Europeans coveted Africa's resources, free labor, land in the Americas. And that coveting led to theft, stealing people, land, and the resources, murder, millions killed, adultery, rape of the enslaved women, false witness, lies to justify it, civilizing mission. They're not fully human, they said about us. Breaking the Sabbath, forced labor, 7 days a week, idolatry, putting profit above Yah. All the commandments were broken because of coveting. And today, our people covet what the system dangles in front of us. The American dream, the European lifestyle, not realizing it's all built on breaking Yah's law. So in closing, family, the 10 Commandments are not suggestions. They're not Old Testament law. We don't have to follow anymore. That's a law the church has taught you. Matthew 5, 17, 18. Yah reminds you, think not that I have come to destroy the law. Why would he destroy his own law? Or the prophets, I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. I'm here to show you how to live it. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, still here, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. Sin is breaking the law, family. Heaven and earth still here, then the law still in effect. 1 John 3 and 4, whosoever committed sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law. You can't call yourself saved while actively, willfully breaking these commandments, Christians. A lot of you Israelites are doing this too. Now here's the hard part, family. We are living under the curses of Deuteronomy 28 because we, our ancestors, and us have broken these commandments. We've had other gods. We've worshipped images. We've taken his name in vain. We've broken the Sabbath. We've dishonored parents. We've murdered. We've committed adultery. We've stolen. We've lied. We've coveted. And the result? Deuteronomy 28 and 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yah the Elohim, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Look around the world at our people, family. Poverty, the tail, not the head. Oppression, ruled by others. That's verse 43 of Deuteronomy 28. Verse 64, Deuteronomy 28. We scattered in all nations. Mental illness, madness, blindness, confusion of heart. That's verse 28 of Deuteronomy 28. We got no rest. We always in fear. That's verses 65 through 67 of Deuteronomy 28. We are enslaved, brought into bondage via ships. Verse 68. Everything happening to black people globally is a fulfillment of these curses because we broke the commandments. But there's hope. Deuteronomy 30, 1 through 3 says, and it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt cause them to mind among all the nations, whither Yah the Elohim hath driven thee, and shalt return unto Yah the Elohim, and shalt obey his voice according to all that I commanded thee this day, thou and thy children, with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, that then Yah the Elohim will turn thy captivity, and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations, whither Yah the Elohim hath scattered thee. Return to Yah. Keep his commandments, and he will gather us and restore us. It starts with you, family. Right now, today. Stop worshiping on Sunday. Keep the Sabbath, which is today, Saturday. Throw out those graven images, white Jesus, statues, all that. Stop the sexual sin. Stop lying. Stop stealing. Stop killing each other. Honor your parents. Put Yah first. Stop waiting for a pastor to save you. Stop waiting for a politician to save you. Stop waiting for a protest to save you. Keep the commandments. That's the only way out. That's the only way back to the land. That's the only way to break the curse. Revelation 14 and 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yah in the faith of Yahushua. Same person. The saints, the true believers, keep the commandments. So the question is, are you going to keep playing church? Or are you going to be real? Are you going to keep living in Egypt? Or are you going to come out? Shalom, family. I pray you guys enjoyed this lesson. Understand this lesson. Commit it to memory. These commandments are your salvation. This is what you're going to be judged by, to see if you are worthy to be in Yah's kingdom or not. So I bid you farewell, family. Continue to enjoy your Feast of Tabernacles. Again, I will meet you on Thursday, Yah willing, for the 8th day sermon. I will have on my channel. So until then, family, may Yah be with you. Continue to keep these commandments. Continue to be on this narrow path. Continue to flee from fornication and sin. And continue to cry aloud. Love you, family.
Watchmen on the wall, sound the alarm. Let your voice be like thunder. The time for gentle words is gone. Cry loud, spare not. Got a message burning in, deep inside my bones. Can't hold back the truth, gotta make it known. Like Jeremiah's fire, still within my heart. Either speak his word, or I'll come apart. No more sugarcoating, no more playing nice. Time to tell our people, they're wrapped up in vice. Like Isaiah standing, crying in the street. Show Jacob his sins, make him feel the heat. This ain't peaceful preaching, this ain't feel good talk. Time to shake the lukewarm, make the scorners walk. Got a mandate from above, can't water it down. Either hear these words, or surely you'll drown. Cry aloud, spare not. Sound the alarm. Lift your voice like a trumpet strong. Let them hear. Show my people their transgression. Tell the truth before the day of judgment comes. Time is short. No more gentle whispers. Speak it loud. No more compromise. Stand your ground. This is what thus says Yah. Thus says Yah. And loud, spare not. Like Ezekiel watching, seeing judgment come. If I don't want the people, their blood's on my tongue. Can't be worried about feelings when death's at the door. Rather have you hate me than to hit the floor. They call evil good now, and good they call bad. Lost all sense of righteous, got the prophets mad. Wearing Christian badges, but denying the law. Teaching pagan doctrines that the fathers never saw. This ain't about acceptance or winning their praise. Rather save some souls in these final days. Like John the Baptist crying, repent or you'll die. Time to face the truth, no more living a lie. When I say to the wicked, you shall surely die, and you give him no warning, that wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood I will require at your hand. Some say speak in love, but love speaks the truth. Rather hurt your feelings than to see you lose your eternal soul to the second death. When judgment comes, ain't no time left. Playing church on Sunday while you break the law. Living in deception, that's what I just saw. Mixing with the heathens, calling it right. But Yah's about to shake us in the dead of night. Got to sound the trumpet, got to warn the camp. Enemies approaching, time to light the lamp. Either hear these words or face his mighty rod. No more time for playing, it's the fear of God. Cry aloud, spare not. Sound the alarm. Lift your voice like a trumpet strong. Let them hear. Show my people their transgression. Tell the truth before the day of judgment comes. Time is short. No more gentle whispers. Speak it loud. No more compromise. Stand your ground. This is what thus says Yah. Thus says Yah. Cry aloud, spare not. The watchman sees the sword coming, and if he doesn't blow the trumpet and the people aren't warned, their blood will be on his hands. So I'm crying aloud.